So let us just start our reading on the common Buddhist text. I hope that we have at least we have 10 minutes left before we discuss. Give a little summarize and your question and comment on what we are reading. Anyway, now we come back to the reading of the common Buddhist text guidance and the insight from the Buddha. But to my book is on page 52. I think maybe online, if you're using a PDF, maybe 48, something like that. Please look at that. That is, we will start to read this attaining refined formless states. Okay. Or you could just look at the L line, maybe line L.10 or line 10. Okay. Okay, I guess last time we have done the preparing for the spiritual striving. That when the Buddha was living in the place in the different places, and then now we come that he was preparing to do his ascetic life, and he met Bimbisara, the king Bimbisara, in the place called in the Rajagaha Giribhaja. Anyway, and now we come to that. Then he will encounter two teachers. So what the teacher taught and how we think about the two teachers. Right. Do you want to start to read that from? I read this first. The introduction. Okay. In this spiritual quest, Gautama at first went to two teachers who taught him how to attain to formless mystical state beyond perception of physical things, which he later incorporated in his own teaching. In the following passage, though, the fact that they fell short of his goal is emphasized. Okay, just go to the page, the line 10. Yes.
The sphere of nothingness taught by Alara Kalama. Monks, having gone forth thus, searching for what is wholesome, seeking the supreme state of sublime peace, I went to meet Alara Kalama and said to him, "Friend Kalama, I want to lead a holy life in this Dhamma and discipline." Monks, thus being informed, Alara Kalama said this to me, "The Venerable One may stay here. This Dhamma, teaching and what it leads to, is such that a wise man can soon enter upon and dwell in it, realizing for himself through direct insight the Dhamma of his own teacher." Monks, before long, so quickly I learned that Dhamma, monks, in the sense of mere lip reciting and rehearsal, I spoke the knowledge teaching and the elders' teaching, and I and others too claimed I know and see. Monks, I considered it is not through mere faith alone that Alara Kalama declares that by realizing it for himself with direct insight, he enters upon and dwells in his Dhamma. Certainly, Alara Kalama dwells knowing and seeing this Dhamma. Monks, then I went to Alara Kalama and asked him, "Friends Kalama, in what way do you declare that by realizing it for yourself with direct insight, you enter upon and dwell in this Dhamma?" Monks, in replying, Alara Kalama declared the sphere of nothingness.
Okay, go next one, read it. Yeah.
Monks, I considered not only Alara Kalama has faith, I too have faith. Not only Alara Kalama has vigor, I too have vigor. Not only Alara Kalama has mindfulness, I too have mindfulness. Not only Alara Kalama has meditative concentration, I too have meditative concentration. Not only Alara Kalama has wisdom, I too have wisdom. Suppose I endeavor to realize the Dharma that Alara Kalama declares. He enters upon and dwells in by realizing it for himself with direct insight. Monks, before long, quickly I enter upon and dwell in that Dharma by realizing it for myself with direct insight. Monks, then I went to Alara Kalama and asked him, Friend Kalama, is it in this way that you declare that you enter upon and dwell in this Dharma by realizing it for yourself with direct insight? Friend, that is the way I declare that I enter upon and dwell in this Dharma by realizing it for myself with direct insight. Friend Kalama, it is in this way that I also enter upon and dwell in this Dharma by realizing it for myself with direct insight. Friend,
we can ask somebody to read that. Yeah.
Friend, it is a gain for us. It is an excellent gain for us that we have such a companion in the holy life. So that Dhamma that I declare I enter upon and dwell in by realizing it for myself with direct insight is the Dhamma that you enter upon and dwell in by realizing it for yourself with direct insight. And the Dhamma that you enter upon and dwell in by realizing it for yourself with direct insight is the Dharma that I declare I enter upon and dwell in by realizing it for myself with direct insight. So you know the Dhamma that I know, and I know the Dhamma that you know. As I am, so are you. As you are, so am I. Come, friend. Let us now lead the community together. Monks, thus Alara Kalama, my teacher, placed me his pupil on the equal footing with himself and accorded me to the highest honor. However, monks, I consider, this Dharma does not lead to the disenchantment, to dispassion, to cessation, to peace, to higher knowledge, to awakening, to nirvana, but only to rebirth in the sphere of nothingness. Monks, not being satisfied with the Dhamma, being disappointed with the Dhamma, I left.
Okay. All right. I mean, this is actually, it's not necessarily in my understanding, not necessarily happens in, very often mentioned in, at least when I study Buddhism in Chinese medium, but certainly if you study Buddhism in English medium, this is a very popular kind of understanding that before, when the Buddha when he left his parish, he was saved, and he passed through this, the place called Rajagaha, where he met the King Bimbisara. Actually, that time, accordingly, the King Bimbisara also asked him to renounce because he knew that he's come from a noble family, as a royal family as well. But he declined that. He thought he needed to pursue his search. And if you remember, even in the text said that in earlier time, he realized that also when he looked for the search, he understands what he needs. He knows very well he wants to search for something with the noble one, which is not about born, but be about unborn. So even though he doesn't know the answer yet, but he knew that this is something he really had to look for. And then he certainly met these two teachers. Now we just finished the first teacher he met called Alara Kalama. And then what he did in the Alara Kalama, and it's I don't have to say by saying, and then you can discuss. And basically, when he was instructed to do the kind of meditations, very clear, and reached to a stage what we call aginjayana. Let me think about the Pali word. Sometimes I always aginjayayatana. Okay, and what is the translation here? In Chinese, it's still 无所有处吧. It's where did he say that? Yeah, where is it?
Sphere of nothingness.
The sphere of nothingness. Yeah, 无所有处. Akinjayadana. So he reached that kind of stage, and then, but then he also asked, is that what really the stage the teacher could talk? Basically, the teacher say yes, and he couldn't talk further. And also, actually, he was so familiar with everything that he could almost like a parrot speaking. In other words, he could really, he have a very good memory. When you learn something in the old day, you always have to associate with the teacher, and then the teacher have to almost like they have their own, text that memorize. They have memorized certain texts, and he could memorize everything. And in other words, it's not just he could do it, but even in terms of the tradition in India, we are understanding the text also, that he could really memorize very well. So that's why he knew that that might be, but there was some translation I'm not totally satisfied, but it's okay. But he said this Dharma does not lead to the disenchantment, because that's what he thinks, that it's not the Dharma that it will lead him to this here translates this disenchantment and to dispassion, to cessation. Basically, the to peace is a little strange word, but because the problem is that nowadays when we say peace, it means just peace, but to cessation and upasamaya actually is mean you could say really like to calm down, until everything is in Chinese. Usually we translate 寂静, really like peace is my you could say that, but it certainly relate to because of no defilements arise anymore. That's why he could stay on that kind of state of complete you could say the complete cessation. So it's good to complete tranquility. Because samaya it certainly have to do with the kind of like complete balance, something like that, even complete balance or complete even kind of state. And of course, to the higher knowledge, abhinya, always the higher knowledge refer to that something to do with the supernatural power. To a lot of normal people would know, like divine eyes and something like that. It looks like literally in old days, always believed that when they practice having those kind of meditation power, especially what we call the jhana power, that person definitely will reach two kind of knowledge, like a divine eyes and what we call this, you could read other people's mind, and are the most common one, that's true. And then another is here he translates awakening, but it's okay. Or you could say enlightenment, because it's sambodhaya, mean you have this the wisdom, But here just translate awaken is okay, because depend on translation. The last one is nibbana, so that he to the nibbana, to the nirvana. Okay. So all right, this is just a clear passage about he been associated with the Alara Kalama first. I like to hear people having a comment, not necessarily just a question, or you want to add something that what you think. Yes.
请问师父的 Alara Kalama 这个 Kalama 跟那个 Kalama Sutta
No, not different. No relation. No. Yeah.
Does they also describe the Buddha Dhamma, like when you actually learn the Dhamma, you have to enter upon and dwell in and realizing it for yourself with direct insight.
Where is it?
Basically, on the last paragraph, so basically he repeated that 4 times there. It's like, so the Dhamma that I declare, I enter upon and dwell in by realizing it for myself with direct insight. That is the Dharma. It means it has to be a bodily or like actual experience.
Yeah, that is usually, it's even in the Pali, it always mean that you did it yourself, You could do it, in other words, you could stay there, you could stay on the chair, you could always stay on, I won't say always, you could stay on the stage, being, on that realization, and insight. I think it's one is you could understand is more like that you could experience it, or jhana, mean you have the knowledge, and then the other one is that you have this the seeing, you always see it. Yeah. Any other thing?
I'm thinking, would that be say when they talk about entering and dwell in this Dharma, would that be only talking about samadhi rather than the vipassana?
Well, certainly, I mean, in the Buddhist understanding, certainly there's no vipassana here in the term of what we as a Buddhist understanding of vipassana. But we need to be very careful about the word vipassana even nowadays when we talk to people. For example, vipassana means insight. So it's because the word vipassana actually literally means seeing things collectively, right? You could just put it, but that's the reason why. Because when you translate into English or translate even in Chinese, you say seeing things collectively, it doesn't sound very, very, very holy, you know. That's the reason why for translation, usually we just either translate. I mean, in the old day, we just retain the original word like "bipo sena," you know, but he did define what does a bipo vipa we mean, you know, be. What does a we mean? Anyway, I want to say that, but you know, it's very. We need to be cautious about this. I know that whenever I talk to some other religions, I mean, special religion in India, if you say that, do you have the insight of vipassana? They always say they have that too. That's why when we say the vipassana from a Buddhist context, that the way that you lead you to liberation. You could say that actually here, for sure. I mean, from Buddhist perspective, mean that it just only they have the samadhi only, and the samadhi can reach you that means the nothingness, the sphere of nothingness. You know, that's the state. Another thing that it is highly probable. It's very clear when the Buddha followed this, it could have two presumptions. One presumption when the Buddha was an ascetic, when he followed his teacher Alara Kalama, one presumption that he choosing not the theistic kind of religion, rather than just the recluse style of religion. In other words, in India they have this kind of, you have samana, and then you have the brahmana. The brahmana, in other words, nowadays you could just refer generally mean like the priest who have marriage, but they still passed out from generation to generation, how to honor the gods or deities, and how to do the ritual and performs. And then you have those teachers who are in what we call the samana, to saman in Chinese. But the saman is not only just refer to Buddhism, but those who are renounced their life. And they might stay with the students, a lot of groups that like it. Here it's clear the Alara Karma has a large community there. So, but you certainly have a large community stay with them, but it looks like they are renounced because they never mentioned the word doesn't sound like a household life. Yeah. So, but we don't know whether this refer to when he reached that stage, do they have any further interpretation mean that you reach to a certain heaven, that means you reach to nirvana. Because if you look at other sutta, like in the Dika Nikaya, the Chambu, in the long discourse, it mentioned like 62 views mentioned that some people claim that when they reach to the meditation state like this kind of stage, they claim that is a state of nirvana. But I think that might be referred to this, to my understanding. That he think that was the ultimate thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Does it make the picture clearer? So, yes.
So I guess just we have to say this is not the vipassana that the Buddhism is.
It was
not the Buddhism.
Definitely not. That's why he left. Yeah. Before he attended Buddhahood, this is now we're talking about. I mean, this is all from an original Buddhist text mentioning when before he really attended Buddhahood, what had happened, what had happened there, yes. Yes, yeah.
Question. In here, they use the insight, but what's the original Pali words?
I think my understanding, I don't have it with me at the moment. I don't, because I didn't think that, I think I don't have the word with me. I should have noticed that. Sorry. But I doubt it's meant by the Banya, but it could be. Let me see. What is the passage about?
In the first paragraph, at the end, there's already an insight mentioned.
Direct insight.
Oh no! He used the word abhinya. Abhinya mean I prefer translate as the supernatural power. Abhinya, but that's what the because abhinya is kind of the 知识 or the kind of 知识. Abhi is always referred to higher knowledge. You could just put it as a higher knowledge. I think it's not insight. Yeah.
It's really not what we consider insight.
No.
Rather, it's an
Now, I have a Chinese translation for that because we do have a discussion this text already. 他说
translate into 神智。
对我 I translate as 神之尊者，你住着吧，此法是给类似聪慧的人住下，清净不久便可以亲身从亲生阿舍利而体证神知啊，这样子对。阿宾一样啊 ，yeah. But that's why I never happy with the translations. But anyway, it's not about the insight as here maybe or here it translates as the direct insight. But abinya you could just say. I mean, it's a kind of supernatural power, a kind of, or you could say higher knowledge. Yeah. We always refer to unless you have a vigorous practice in your spirituality, otherwise you will not gain. If you cannot gain it just through like mere reading or what. So anyway, okay. Any other comment also? Thank you for those questions. It's good. Yeah. Any other comments? What do you think about after reading this?
So apparently, both our Bodhisattva at this point still experience defilements because he said that it's not leading the disenchantment, which means that he still have some unresolved
attachment. He knew that he still have attachment and so forth. Yeah. Yes. Okay. That's what he was trying to explain, because this Dhamma still not able to operate the dispassion. In other words, still you have attachment. But originally the word actually is mean operate, because it means still you could see that it's still the attachment will arise, will operating, will still working.
So what are the words that actually used in Pali for those disenchantment?
Nibidaya actually means sometimes we translate this. Some even translate as nibidaya. You could translate as abandoning, or you could translate as dispassion, or you could translate as means sometimes in a strong word mean disgust. And then dispassion is a viragaya, but it's for sure that then you are away from your lust, that like that. And then the next one is nirodaya. It means it's the cessation. But it's always believed that when you come to that stage of nirodaya, the cessation means you see the nibbana already. Yeah. And then upasamaya means after you see the nibbana, then you come to that stage of no any other defilements arise. That's why called upasamaya, means you come to a stage of evenness. So here translate as peace, but you could just say that like a total tranquility. Then the next one, abhinyaya. So that is, you could say, the higher knowledge. Yeah. Because that to do with actually mean a supernatural power, like a divine eyes, reading other people's mind, and so forth. And then the sambodhaya is the Chinese. I translate 正觉, mean you come to the even a correct kind of awakening or enlightenment. So, but sometimes in Pali, always prefer sambodhaya, prefer to translate the sam as not just correct, but as a kind of the a samma. It's mean a kind of how to say, kind of not extreme, No, some are in the even, or could say the even. Yeah, more prefer on that, the understanding. Yeah, like a balance of or the even. Kind of right way on the right proportion. Yeah, the middle. Yeah, like that. Yeah. No, samadhi. Yeah, I know. They say he was saying the samma, but the sam can be understood as a samma as well. Yeah. Even the anyway. So and then the last one is the nibbana. It's a very popular. So according to the Buddhist teachings, when you learn the insight meditation, with regard to the wisdom part, that always have to be that will lead you to nibbidaya, viragaya, nirodhaya, upasamaya, abhinyaya, sambodhaya, nibbanaya. It's a kind of become a formula. Let me just write it down in case you don't know the word. But the translation is different anyway. Nibbidaya. Actually, you could just say nibbida, but we say daya just for the sake of it. It's a grammatical thing. Okay, it's a nibbida. But we say aya, it's just nibbidaya, just for the sake of the nibbida, for the sake of the depression or abandoning, you could say. For the sake of viraga. I would just write it all over. Or viraga, for the sake of nirodha. You see? Nirodhaya, for the sake of upasamaya. And for the sake of abhinyaya. And the fourth is sambodhaya. And then the last one, nibbanaya. Yeah, nibba is a long vowel too, yeah. I usually translate is 离欲. 这个没有墨了。厌离. That's my translation, but I mean, not necessarily people are happy with that too. So, 这是离欲. And then 寂灭. Or 寂静, okay. Because it's also something to do with samadhi also. 神知. Sambodhaya is 正觉. 写简体比较快一点。涅槃. Sorry. Anyway, that's if you look at that, you could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. You can just copy that. Yeah. And online persons. Okay. They say somebody will take photo send to you. If I know that, I will have my handwriting better. I usually don't have patience to write. Yeah, we need this one, I guess. Somebody may help me later. Because usually I don't know why when I write something on the board, I just thought, we don't have time now, we still have to write. So that's why I always want to just rush my writing. Okay. But anyway, it's like even when the Buddhist chanting, especially not daily chanting they don't have that. Normally when the monk, they have a important ceremony when you're chanting, they always saying that, the Buddhism, looking for the wisdom for the sake of this, so that will lead you to that stage. Nibbinaya, Viraga, Rudaya, Upasamaya, Abhinyaya, Sampodaya, Nibbanaya. So, okay. I won't say Vipassana. It certainly is. If somebody who are really would say that they want to attend Nibbana, they want to attend Nibbana. So, and then supposedly those are the stage that you have experienced. First, you see the Nibbidaya, that you're away. You abandon. For example, you abandon the lust, or you abandon the anger, and then viragaya. You actually are away from the anger. That loving the anger, away from attached to the anger. And then the anger was completely ceased, right? If you say the anger as an example, upasamaya means then you come to a kind of a state of very calm, that because of ceasing of the anger, see? And then because of that, of course, this is not talking about only just a moment, but then you have the stage of the supernatural power because of without anger. The anger, at least for a long time, would not interfere in you. Even though you are not Buddha yet or Arahant yet, but let's say you're just a simple practitioner, maybe just attend the first first fruit or what. So, and then you have this awakening, you understand, and then you know the Nibbana also, you attend the Nibbana. But people also actually, people if they study Buddhism deeper, they understand. So even Arahant, even the Sotapanna will experience that. But even though they are still, defilement is not completely away. Okay. But they knew what are they already, but not as complete like kick off all the defilements. All right. Okay, anything that maybe I'll ask online later because they always left online. Shall we just read the next one first? We can have a longer discussion. That is on page 54 to me, line 11. The sphere of neither perception nor non-perception taught by Rama and his son. Just let me read the introduction first. In this passage, Gautama goes beyond his teacher by attaining a state that only the teacher's father had attained. Okay. Do you want to read it? Do you know where is it now?
Yes,
yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Monks, searching for what is wholesome, seeking the supreme state of sublime peace, I went to meet Udaka, the son of Rama, and said to him, "Friend, I want to lead the holy life in this Dhamma and discipline." Monks, thus being informed, Udaka, the son of Rama, thus said to me, "The Venerable One may stay here. This Dhamma teaching and what it leads to is such that a wise man can soon enter upon and dwell in it, realizing it for himself through direct insight and the Dhamma of his own teacher." Monks, before long, so quickly, I learned that Dhamma. Monks, in the sense of mere lip reciting and rehearsal, I spoke the knowledge teaching and the elders' teaching, and I, the others too, claimed I know and see. Monks, I considered. It was not through mere faith alone that Rama declared that, by realizing it for himself with higher knowledge, he entered upon and dwelled in this Dhamma. Certainly Rama dwelled knowing and seeing this Dhamma. Monks, then I went to Udaka, the son of Rama, and asked him, "Friend, in what way did Rama declare that? By realizing it for himself with higher knowledge, he entered upon and dwelled in this Dhamma. Monks, in replying, Udaka, the son of Rama, declared the sphere of neither perception nor non-perception.
Okay. One more paragraph, could you read that?
Monks, I consider, not only did Rama have faith too, I too have faith. Not only did Rama have vigor, I too have vigor. Not only did Rama have mindfulness, I too have mindfulness. Not only did Rama have meditative concentration, I too have concentration. Not only did Rama have wisdom, I too have wisdom. Suppose I endeavor to realize the Dhamma that Rama declared he entered upon and dwelled in by realizing it for himself with direct insight. Monks, not long before, so quickly I entered upon and dwelled in that Dhamma by realizing it for myself with direct insight.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, next one. Yeah.
Then I went to
Uddaka,
the son of Rama, and asked him, Friend, was it in this way that Rama declared that he entered upon and dwelled in this Dhamma, by realizing it for himself with direct insight? Friend, that is the way that Rama declared that he entered upon and dwelled in this Dhamma by realizing it for himself with direct insight. Friend, it is in this way that I also enter upon and dwell in this Dhamma by realizing it for myself with direct insight. Friend, it is gain for us. It is great gain for us that we have such a companion in the holy life. So the Dhamma that Rama declared he entered upon and dwelled in by realizing it for himself with direct insight is the Dhamma that you entered upon and dwelled in by realizing it for yourself with direct insight. And the Dhamma that you entered upon and dwelled in by realizing it for yourself with direct insight is the Dhamma that Rama declared he entered upon and dwelled in by realizing it for himself with direct insight. So you know the Dhamma that Rama knew, and Rama knew the Dhamma that you know, and Rama was, so are you, as you are, so was Rama. Come, friend, now lead this community. Monks, thus Udaka, the son of Rama, my fellow monk, placed me in the position of the teacher, and accorded me the highest honor. But I consider this Dhamma does not lead to disenchantment, to dispassion, to cessation, to peace, to direct insight, to awakening, to nirvana, but only to rebirth in the sphere of the neither perception nor non-perception. Not being satisfied with the Dhamma, being disappointed with the Dhamma, I left.
Okay, thank you. All right. So first, try to notice that actually the second then he left, the first teacher called Alara Kalama, after he come to a very powerful meditation state, and then he seek for the other place, and he came across this, and second teachers called this. The word is called Uttaka Rama Buddha. Now, we need to understand the language because Uttaka Rama Buddha means Uttaka, the son of Rama, right? If you look at the whole conversation, certainly first he requests whether he could stay with them so that he could really well learn. So, and that, of course, the son of the Rama agreed. The son of Rama called Uttaka. Uttaka, the son of Rama, or the son of Rama agreed. But then that he could teach in an even more advanced meditation state. So we just explained already. So the meditation state, it could be understood in two ways. One means that state can enhance a person that will reach to that kind of heavens they think is ultimate. Or they could understand in the sutta mentioned in other Buddhist text discourse or sutta, the text mentioned that the state that they think is a nirvana. So, but certainly there's no clear, even the commentary didn't mention clear about which way, but certainly they think that is the highest state for that kind of tradition, the teacher. And he went to that teacher that So, and then he reached the stage. Actually, the stage is not the son of the Rama could reach, but his father reached. That's why the question is asking, Rama, meaning Rama, his father name. This is what your father reached. And he said, yeah, so you could do that because you could do something my father did, but I couldn't somehow like that. At least the commentary tried to say that he admit that he couldn't do that stage, but his father could do it. Koneva Sanya Sanya Ayatana, right? Am I right? Yeah. So what we believe in the meditation state, the higher state, as non-Buddhist, the higher state of meditation state, called the neither perception nor not perception state. The sphere. I don't know here translate what. I forgot already. So what did you translate here? Anyone? Where is it?
Neither perception nor non-perception.
Yeah. Oh, neither perception nor non-perception. 就非想非非想处. So in Chinese, 非想非非想处. That's the state that his father, as the Uddaka father, could reach. So of course he was very delighted to know that, and he invited him. Then why don't you just, stay with us, and then you could guide following the fellow, because he not only just could experience it, but he also know the tradition there. In other words, the texture there, very well. He had to remember again and again in Indian tradition. Even now, actually, it's recently very changed a little bit. Otherwise, they still have to keep that all in memory. So he able to memorize the text or their tradition text very well too. Okay. All right. Any other question first? Otherwise, I would just put something the list for something later. Somebody can help me erase that later. Huh? Yeah. We can have a break and then we can erase. Yes. Wait later.
I'm wondering if Uddaka never reached the neither perception nor non-perception.
Well,
how was he able to confirm what the Buddha achieved was actually what it was?
Well, because his father could do that. He was actually, you could understand, he must be at least one level below that.
I guess like something that the Buddha omitted here was, or maybe like the text just omitted here was it in this way that Rama declared? Like, what way was it? It's not really described here. But I'm just wondering, like, in my mind, I'm curious, what did the Buddha describe, and the Uddaka, despite never reached it, could like declare, yes, that is the real thing, or that is the thing that my father.
But if he could reach, if you know the content, maybe you can understand. Kind of like he reached the stage, suddenly he knew he couldn't make it, but he was in the stage just before that. That suddenly in his traditions, that means his father, as maybe one of the great teacher, has suddenly described about that, right? Put it this way, unless you're really totally new to the thing, if you're very close to, for example, let me give you one, I guess, let's say I play some music. If I don't play music at all, or I just been learning music only a year, I will never understand what is the top kind of sense of the music, right? It has taken me really long time to listen to music. Even I may not play, but I listen 1 year, 2 years, many years. You still can somehow, if some people describe to you a top music is some kind like that, you never reach that state, but you knew that, very similar thing there. But then I think it's similar to that. When you have a really correct environment, let's say you never play music, but you always listen to music, but your old friend are musicians, okay, top musician. But you didn't reach to the best one, but they are top musician. Do you think that you could understand? Don't mean that then when somebody told you that they reach to the top musician state, and which also agreed by the follower. Those are the very powerful musicians already. You certainly will understand. That's why sometimes listen to Dharma is like that. Not 100% mean that you need to experience it, but it doesn't mean that you don't have experience at all. You don't need to experience the final stage, but you definitely need to a certain level there that you could suspect or you could kind of relate that person did it, but I couldn't do it yet. I'm sure you even in any area is the same thing. In any field.
Yeah, I'm just more thinking about like the way.
I know what you mean.
Teach the Dhamma.
I know what you mean. For example, like I think, let's say I'm not an Arahant, I'm not a Buddha, but I maybe could feel how they are, but definitely I cannot do like them. Because if you really know the Dhamma and you practice a long time, you definitely somehow, maybe I will just have 1 second or 2 seconds, right? Like that. But that 1 second, 2 seconds, you never claim that you know, but you just somehow, because you've been practicing for a long time, right? And then you may have just 1 second, 2 second thing like a Buddha, just 1 second. But you don't claim that because this doesn't count, you know. But you know. Let's say if the people, if you never see what is a football, like basketball, say that. You go to a place, tell people you're doing basketball, people, you know, we usually have a joke. Why the people are fighting for one basketball, right? Why don't you give everybody have a basketball? We have the joke, you know. And of course, that I don't know whether in America you have this joke. They have this kind of joke. But I want to say that, of course in America you don't have this joke, but you know, say that the people really seeing a basketball, they never play any sport, they don't have that kind of much feeling. They might have a feeling like, oh, cheering, happy, joy. But if you really play in a basketball for like 10 years, 20 years, but you could understand the person is really good in what way, right? And you really know what you and him are, what difference, you know.
I just think it's like, I guess it's interesting. So like earlier when the Buddha asked, in what way did Rama declare that he realized this? And the response was that Uddaka declared the sphere of neither perception nor non-perception. Like, maybe I think I'm probably overthinking this. Like, I'm just thinking like, was he describing what neither perception nor non-perception felt like? Or was it just like, maybe he just like, this is neither perception nor non-perception. If you reach something like this, then that's what it is. And then the Buddha attained it himself. And then Uddaka is like, yes, that is what my dad has described. But I don't know, it feels like...
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point, actually. I understand what you mean, yeah. Let me just look at, because I don't have Pali with me, I just can you see only my Chinese translation. At first, he was just only saying that, you know, those Dhamma, that the Uddaka, he is not just based on faith, but he actually uses, he himself could attain it with his, you know, what we call the higher knowledge, right? And that's why he went there, like you say. So he invited him to stay down, and then that time the Buddha related to the bhikkhu saying that after he said that, so the Uddaka said, no, actually, my translator, I really look at the Pali. I think that I think at that time when I translated, I did notice that he only said the Buddha declared this kind of state called the neva sanya, like they mean the neither perception nor not perception state. He didn't say he attained it. To my Chinese translation, declare mean he knows it, but he didn't say that he attained it. Let me see if this translation, did he say anything?
Rama declared it.
Yeah, Rama declared it.
And
Yeah.
Buddha then supposedly reached it. Then he talked to Uddaka.
Yeah, Rama only declared here. He didn't say he attained it, did he?
No, he said he declared it.
Yeah.
Well, he did. He said Rama declared it, realizing it with higher knowledge. He entered it and dwelt in this.
Yeah, the father declared.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he actually dwelt in it.
Yeah, he said his, Yeah, the declare is Rama. That means his father declared it. Yeah, not his son.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why they
Right.
confuse the name. Rama means his father's name. Uddaka is his name. When you say Rama, Buddha means the son of the Rama, okay?
Yeah, I guess I'm just wondering, like, if Uddaka has never attained it,
Uddaka did
then
not.
yeah,
Looks
Uddaka
like
never
yes, no.
attained it.
Yeah.
But if Uddaka has already taught their students what it's like when you attain it, how do they know if someone says, "Oh, I attained this and I feel this"? How do they know they're telling the truth?
No, he said his father.
Right, but
Come on, you know you have to understand in Indian tradition, his father attended and he's a son, and he also highly attends. Definitely a lot of students will go there.
Well, I guess it's probably not too long after his father died.
That I don't know. I never heard this story yet. Really?
See,
Okay.
It seems to me that the teaching must still be there. You know, that Rama died, but the Uddaka
Yeah, no.
was able to pass along.
I mean, to me, yeah, certainly you could say if there was any commentary say that his father just not died long ago, then fine. But even died long ago, say 10 to 20 years, 30 years, it doesn't matter because if you understand Indian culture, what's the matter? Because they are the spiritual teacher. They are not the normal people. It's not businessmen. So they still believe his father is the most powerful one, and his son is also powerful. But they say that my father attend that he still can remain his legacy. It's what I don't know why you find that is so strange.
like, what if obviously Buddha didn't lie about it, but what if someone else like knew what the description of that sphere?
Well, anyway, that we cannot claim. I think you could practice supernatural power and see whether you could go back to the past and see. we don't know that part, you know. I mean, I think that the main point here, the Buddha just wanted to say he could attend at the time the stage at actually what the legacy were. That why the legacy will remain because the Uddaka's father did that, right? And he not only that, actually Uddaka also very kind, asked him to stay. It's not. He also want to show actually the community is a good community too. It's not like, you know, some other place, if you attend the same thing, they will kick you out. They're so afraid that you'll take off his power and this, you know. It didn't, you know, it's asked him to stay with the community, right? I guess. But the only thing is the Buddha, you know, because that, when you read this passage, remember what we read in earlier time, because the Buddha, you could say the Buddha, at that time, of course, people think he's an agenda. And his agenda is because the Bodhisattva, before he become a Buddha, we usually call as a Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva, he actually has an agenda. He was not looking for that kind of state because he knew it's not leading to this, at least to his understanding. So, of course, that then if you go back to even further story, which not keep it here because it's not from the early Buddhist text, maybe in the Mahayana later. So, that if you go back there, it's sad because his past life was practiced a long time. That's why he had the realization. Something's still not right, something like that. You know? Otherwise, he would not become a Buddha. Then he would stay here, just become one of the powerful teacher there. But it's not what we understand as Buddhists understand as the one who are fully enlightened ones, right? So, okay. Yes, any? Yeah, please. Yeah.
The footnote 64. The last
64. Footnote.
62. Footnote. If obviously, because I couldn't understand it, you say, whereas here, this seems not to be the case. I thought anyway you have to get to 第四禅以后才能上去，才能到飞翔，到那个无色界。
I cannot answer you that. I don't know because I don't know why the footnote is put it here because even he have a quotation here, the Theravada verses 142. I mean, why he want to keep it this one here and then they say that this attend why the four meditative.
That means he's above the 第四禅。
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I have to also say that whether someone have to reach to that state need to attend the four jhana or not, I mean, even from a Buddhist system, as a beginner, you need to, but when you're good, you don't need to. You can jump. But as I say, I just couldn't understand when he put the note here, but I don't know why he wanted to say that, for what reason. I cannot answer that.
Well, you can look into page 429.
420.
If you want that.
Where is the 429?
So it's Theravada 142 in chapter 8. So
You're talking about
does not stand for Theravada. It stands for Theravada.
Oh, mean the Theravada.
Yeah.
142.
Yeah. So it's in meditation chapter 8. So in the book it's page 429.
Oh.
Which discuss about the formless attainment and the cessation of perception and feel.
Okay. That means 142. Okay. In the 142, Theravada 142 is 429.
In our book, yours might be 300 something.
No. What's it's all pages are different.
Yeah, there's a smaller one.
We have a bigger book.
That's so strange. Okay. 142. Let me just have a look what it is about.
It's chapter 8.
That's not Theravada. Okay, 142.
Oh, this is 300. This is like 350. Oh, that's too much. 142.
You have to look at TH 142 on the concentration part, chapter 8. Chapter 8, 142. TH 142.
对，那下面就attach via the four
那你要到
meditation.
4禅以上才能够修。
对呀，4禅以上才修。
Why you say not the case?
Not the case here.
Not to be the
他
case.
是说可以跳啊，
Not the
师
case.
傅说可以跳。
Yeah, but definitely you can jump.
So
But I don't know why he want to mention this. Did they?
Here didn't talk about which
yeah.
which
Because
stage
I
you
guess at
reach.
this point they have not talked about anything about the rupa jhana. And then all of a sudden, this is arupa.
Should be. Oh,
So
that's not sure.
is it the reason?
They didn't talk about this
你知道很多not the case，他们也 not the case，就是好像是
还没有到4禅。
初禅的线索跟
Yeah, but this passage only describing how he enter, how this arupa, I mean the formless stages.
he attended third
Yeah.
third stage of the formless.
Yeah, it doesn't also explain why he want to put another word mean not the case.
Not the case.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Sorry about the confusion.
No. I think the remark is a little strange to me too. However, in Buddhism, this is attend why the four meditative absorption, where here it seems not to be the case. When he said this seems, mean he's not sure also. But I don't know why he want to put it here. And
Maybe they have extra knowledge that they have this didn't spelled out.
Oh.
no, I want to say is, I mean, it is certainly no doubt that we people can attend this stage without the four jhana because they could jump. And also, for example, even if you practice a loving kindness meditation, so if when you have the four Brahma Vihara meditation, if you're really powerful, and especially when you have a jhana, when you have the insight meditation skill, you could, with the loving kindness, enter the formless without the jhana, without the four jhana too. So, but that we can understand. At least I understand. But we just don't know why he wanted to say this seems not to. How come he was kind of like, why he wanted to put a remark here saying that they are not the case? Maybe he didn't mention about four jhana, so he presumed. I don't know. But
Or the other thing is that,
he doesn't need to put this one. I mean,
yeah, like you suggested that it is an open question, it's a possibility. So because a lot of people are with a fixed idea that you have to go through four jhana in order to go into arupa. So I guess this is just the.
I see, okay.
This is another possibility that cannot be ruled out.
No, the problem is that when you write, however, in Buddhism, this is attained by the four meditative assumption. He just contacted to you what you just say. In other words, he thinks in Buddhism it has to go to the four meditative absorption, where I don't agree also. Not true. But then, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Venerable, I have a question.
Yes.
Since the text didn't mention when what the Buddha God attends, so can we assume that he attended the sphere of nothingness?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But the thing it is why I think so is that actually another tradition, I think it's a Chinese source, when he mentioned the first teacher, he didn't mention the first teacher attend to this Aginjayatana, mean the nothingness, the sphere of nothingness. He mentioned actually he attends the 空无边处, means the state of the empty sphere. Yeah. I want to say it means actually if you compare the different version, like a translation, this is a Pali version, but if you look at the Chinese, which translate earlier time into Chinese, I mean the Chinese version, the state where they attend is a little not same, little different.
When I look at
Yeah.
the thing, okay, here we say 无所有处.
Yeah.
Okay. But 空无边处 is more directly, if you look at it in a sphere of nothingness, looks like 空无边处.
No, 空无边 boundless.
Boundless. Okay.
Boundless is a
空无
quality.
边处, well, what's the, oh, that's boundless. I see.
Yeah, boundless, yeah.
Okay, this
Space
is,
without boundary.
nothingness. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the second one is consciousness without boundary.
Yeah.
Then nothingness.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
Because first you break the
Yeah,
rupa,
yeah,
so
that
there's no
was a
boundary.
real confusion.
Okay. So we don't know where the Uttaka reached, but certainly, even in Chinese also place the Buddha kind of, he reached a state he couldn't reach. Okay, yeah.
He solved the equation.
Kind of like that, yeah. He solved the equation, yeah.
Rediscovered the knowledge.
So
He's the Buddha.
Well, just let us have the kind of like 10 minutes break and then we will come back, resume the class, yeah. Okay, thank you.
actually,